Right, so this is the video that is provided to you so you can check your work on slides 17 through 21 if you wanted to work more with corresponding parts review. So this slide is a review of what it means to have congruent corresponding parts. We have three sides in each and three angles in each. Now our theorems that we were doing was just picking some of those sides and some of those angles. But what this means is that when the triangles are congruent, all three sides and all three angles will match up. So let's match our sides and angles. So fill out the table correctly to match up corresponding sides and angles. So we'll start with side AB. So this has 3 tick marks there. And so we want to find the 3 tick marks in the other one. And that would be side GH. Now make sure if you started with A to name it, you want to start it with G because that's the intersection of where the 3 side meets the 2 side. And you know what? I will just color code everything for you here. We'll make the 2 red. We'll make the 1 tick mark green. And then you can see where we're getting our info from. So our sides is AB is congruent to GH, and we're going to name the G first, not because it's alphabetical order, but because G is where the red and the blue intersect, like the A, and B is where the blue and the green intersect, like the H. Side BC, which is the green side, starting at the blue to red. So we have side BC is congruent to side HJ, and side AC is congruent to side GJ. Okay, again, this one's backwards because this was looks like sort of a rotation that happened. Okay, so we're not going to go in order because if A is with the blue and the red, then A would match up with G. You can see that with your angles if you wanted to do your angles first. Okay, angle A was the intersection of the red and the blue. So I'll circle that one in purple, red and blue. And then we'll do, I think we have orange left over. So we'll do B is the intersection of the blue side with the 3 tick marks and the green side with the 1 tick mark. And then we'll just do C and J. And so sometimes matching up the angles helps you to do your sides. So A and G go together. Make sure those are in the same order, which they are. A, G. B and H go together, and those are in the same order. B was there, H was first, B was last, H is last, and C and J. So those are matching up. And then now we're going to write some triangle congruent statements. So these triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. And so we can go back in and we can mark everything else that's in there, okay? So these 2 triangles are congruent. So one of the examples is triangle FDE is congruent to triangle MLK. And again, you want to mark what goes together. So I'm going to mark D, because that's our middle letter, is congruent to L. So I'm going to circle those. And then angle E with the 1 loop is congruent to angle K. It's the last letter in our statement. And so we're just going to reorder these a little bit. And angle F and angle M would go together. So if we name the first triangle DEF, we're going to name the second triangle LKM. We're just reordering the letters based on the colors. So DEF, LKM. If we want to name the triangle FED, starting with purple, FED, MKL. If we want to name the triangle EDF, starting at the red and coming down and across, we would name the other one KLM. Naming triangles is just as important as matching up the sides and angles so you can get the order correct. You can always check and make sure that your letters match up. And then we're just doing sides here based on the triangles that we have. So these triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. And so we know all these other parts are congruent. So AB, side AB. If we're starting with A, which has 2 loops, we're going to start with S when we name that side. So AB is coming this way, and so we're going to say SR is the other side. And then if we do C is congruent to T. So if we're going to do CA, we're going to come from C to A, and so we're going to go from T back to S. So we're going to name that side TS. And then BC is going to be our last one from the first triangle. So B was over here. It was not marked, but it would be congruent. So BC is coming this way, so we're naming it that way. So we want to start with R and go to T. So RT. Those are naming sides, and now we'll name some angles. So these are congruent by angle, side, angle. And so we want to label our angles here that go together. So angle A with the one loop goes with angle E. Angle C with the two loops goes with angle D. And then we would know that angle F and angle B are congruent because those triangles are congruent. And so angle A matches with angle E, angle B matches with angle F, and angle C matches with angle D. And those are your review for slides 16 through 21.